Hey everyone. Today we're going to talk about something that's, well, literally under your skin, hives. You know, those super itchy welts that just seem to pop up out of nowhere? We're going to figure out what they are, why they show up, and, this is the important part, what you can do about them. I mean, has this ever happened to you? One minute everything's totally fine, and the next, bam, you've got this crazy itchy rash, and you've no idea where it came from. It's not just uncomfortable, right? It can actually be a little bit worrying. If that sounds at all familiar, then you are definitely in the right place to get some answers. Okay, so let's get right into it. What are these things we call hives, really? Let's start with the absolute basics. All right, so the fancy medical name is Urticaria, but yeah, we all just call them hives. Simply put, they're those itchy, raised welts that show up on the skin. You can kind of think of it like your body's personal alarm system going off, usually because it's having an allergic reaction to something. So when they first show up, you'll see these distinct welts, and they can look really different. They can be tiny little spots, or they can be big, irregular patches. And in terms of color, they might be red or pink, or sometimes they just kind of blend in with your natural skin tone. And here's the super frustrating part about them. Hives rarely stay put. They can actually grow, spread out, and even join forces to create these larger itchy areas. A single spot might disappear after a few hours, and you think, phew, it's over, only to have a whole new patch pop up somewhere else. It's like playing whack-a-mole on your own skin. So what's actually happening inside your body to cause all this? Well, hives are a sign that your body's defense system is kicking into high gear. When it senses a threat, like an allergen, it floods your system with chemicals called histamines. It's those histamines that cause your tiny blood vessels to leak, which leads to all that puffiness and, of course, that relentless itch. Okay, so we know histamines are the culprit, but what's triggering their release in the first place? Well, it's not always as straightforward as you might think. The causes pretty much fall into two different categories. So you've got your allergic triggers on one side and your non-allergic triggers on the other. And figuring out which camp you're in is really key to figuring out how to treat and prevent them. When it comes to allergic triggers, you'll probably recognize the usual suspects. We're talking common foods like nuts, milk, and eggs. Certain medications, like some antibiotics or even ibuprofen, can do it. And then you've got all the environmental stuff: pollen, pet dander, insect bites or stings, even dust mites. But get this, because this is what surprises a lot of people, hives are not always caused by an allergy. Nope. Your body can release those same histamines for a whole bunch of other reasons. We're talking about high stress, stress, or something as simple as pressure from tight clothes. Even exercise, infections like a UTI or strep throat, or just big swings in temperature can set them off. And just to get a little more specific, it's worth knowing that not all hives are created equal. Doctors actually classify them into different types based on what's causing them and how long they decide to stick around. So here are the main types. You've got acute hives, which is the most common kind. It shows up after a specific trigger and usually goes away within 6 weeks. Then there's chronic urticaria. This is when hives keep coming back for more than 6 weeks, and honestly, a lot of the time the cause is a total mystery. Then you have some more unusual types like dermatographism. They call it skin writing, which is literally caused by scratching. And then there's temperature-induced hives, triggered by things like heat, cold, or even the sun. Look, understanding the causes is one thing. When you're dealing with an itchy rash, what you really want is relief, right? So let's get into the practical stuff, what you can actually do to manage hives and hopefully keep them from coming back. So if you've just got a mild case, you can often find relief at home. An over-the-counter antihistamine is always a great first step. That'll help block that histamine reaction. A cool bath can also feel incredible, especially with some colloidal oatmeal or baking soda in it. And two huge things to avoid: hot water, because that can just make it worse. And whatever you do, try not to scratch. I know it's tempting, but it only makes it angrier. Now for prevention. The best strategy, hands down, is to know your triggers and just avoid them. If you have recurring allergies, you might want to talk to your doctor about allergy shots as a long-term option. And sometimes simple life adjustments can make a big difference, like wearing loose clothing and trying to stay out of really humid areas. Okay, everybody, we absolutely need to talk about this next part because this is crucial. While most cases of hives are completely harmless, sometimes they can be a warning sign of something much, much more serious. And this is, without a doubt, the most important part of this whole explainer. Hives can sometimes be a symptom of anaphylaxis, which is a severe and life-threatening allergic reaction. So if the hives are happening along with any of these other symptoms, like you're having trouble breathing, you feel swelling in your throat or on your tongue, you feel sick to your stomach, or you're getting dizzy, it's no longer just a skin problem. This is a medical emergency.
The takeaway here is so simple and so important. If you even suspect anaphylaxis, don't wait. Call 911 or your local emergency number right away. It's the absolute most important thing you can do.
And that really brings us to the biggest takeaway of all. While hives are usually just an itchy annoyance, they can be that critical warning sign. Knowing what they are, what causes them, and how to spot a true emergency gives you the power to act quickly and confidently. And that's knowledge that could genuinely save a life.